Hi everyone, Helen Blunden here at Activate Learn on Twitter. It is time for another book review, and I know it has been a while since my last one, and I do apologise. The reason is I started reading a very hefty book. It's called Arguably by Christopher Hitchens, and I must admit it was really heavy going, and every time I read a heavy going book, it kind of puts me off reading for a little while until I need to get into an easier book to get into the swing of things and get back into reading again. And the book that has got me back into reading again, believe it or not, is a book that I'm going to review today, which is Nat's What I Reckon, Uncook Yourself, a Ratbag's Rules for Life. Now, I got this book for my Christmas present, and I'm so glad I did. Now, you might recognise this bloke because he was the isolation cook. Remember the cook that you probably saw some YouTube videos, and he had, it's kind of like a heavy metal guy with lots of tats, and he would throw all the ingredients into a pot and swear, and he hated using jar sauce. Ick, I use jar sauce all the time. Well, this is the guy. He's written a book, and we learn more about his background, although he doesn't delve into too deeply about what happens, you know, with him growing up. But he talks about how he felt a bit awkward, didn't fit in as he was growing up, and how he inspires us to pretty much embrace our rat bag and to be a dickhead at times. What I love about this book is that it is quite a positive read. It is an inspiring read. I love how he's always kind of quite surprised as to his popularity and the success that he's had through YouTube. His videos have had 100 million plus views, it said somewhere in this book, so good on him. He's a funny bloke, and he comes across as being a bloke who's sensitive but also really down to earth and could have a laugh. He doesn't take things seriously, which is great, which is what I love, and it comes across in his writing. And through all the book, he talks about his stories, and he talks about how we shouldn't really take ourselves too seriously at times. And he does have these sections of the book which he goes, is it shit or not? And things like, you know, personalised number plates. Is it shit? What do you think? Well, I think it's shit. Let's see what Nat thinks. Thumbs up, as in he doesn't mind it, as long as they're pretty, you don't want like idiotic number plates. Anyway, what else? Poetry. I thought he would like poetry, and sure enough, he gives it a thumbs up. Now, the other thing that when you read this book, there are recipes in there, and the recipes are done fantastically. Aren't these animations great? These were done by, the illustrations were actually done by Sydney artists Bunqua, Gleno, and Oni O'Leary. God, you gotta love the names. When you read the illustrations, that's pretty much the recipe. I think it's a genius idea. I love the colour scheme, yellow and black, good old Richmond Tigers, that's Aussie rules football if you're that way inclined. Yeah, so really, really interesting stories. I love his stories. I love the illustrations. I love the fact that when you are reading this book, you have Nat in your head. You have Nat in your head. That could be a bit of a worry. But there's a lot of swearing in here, and there's a lot of Australian slang. So if you're probably someone from overseas and you might not be aware of the Aussie slang, then this might be a little bit difficult for you. But you know what? Just kind of go with the flow, read it. You'll get the gist of it. You'll get the gist, meaning you'll understand what's going on. Ultimately, it's a positive, inspiring book. It's a great read. Uncook Yourself, a Ratbag's Rules for Life. And I'm all for being a ratbag when I can, as much as possible. All right then, that's it from me. Let me know what you think. If you have read this book, if you have seen Nat's YouTube videos, if you haven't seen, man, what are you doing? I'll put a link as to his YouTube channel so you can have a look there. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Bye for now.